Hi, this is Lauren from LSP Actions and welcome to the video tutorial for the LSP the Christmas Santa window scene with the layers. This tutorial is showing one of the window scenes, but the layers are exactly the same and the principle is the same, so this covers you for all of them. This is designed to be opened and used in Photoshop. So after you've downloaded from the website, please go ahead and open this one up into Photoshop. If you can't see your layers panel over here, you do need to see this. So come up here to Window and hit Layers. I like to have my workspace set on Essentials. You will notice in the Layers panel you have your background, which is the Santa window scene. Above this you have a group, and this is your subject group. You need to open this group up by hitting this little downward arrow, and inside you will see a lot of brush layers here. The brush layers have a black layer mask connected to them, so you can use a white brush to paint on to show the effect. They're a little bit like a lotto scratch card layer masks, so black means hide and white means show. Inside here you have a blank layer with a red kind of colour to it called Place Your Subject Here, so you need to make sure you selected this layer. Next, go ahead and find the image on your computer that you're going to be using. Come up here to File and hit Place Embedded. It's much better to do this than copy and pasting in because the image will retain its pixel value. So here are a few I snapped this morning of my little girl sitting on a windowsill. This is the kind of shot you want to get, and I think I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. So double click and the image comes in. Now you'll see I shot her on the windowsill in the daytime, which is fine. Make sure that you expose for your subject and it's nice and dark. So if you need to, take the ISO down, pop your shutter speed up. You don't want this too blown out because otherwise you're going to lose detail in your image. Resize this down. If it doesn't hold its aspect ratio, hit Shift. Otherwise, you might get this kind of thing going on. You don't want that. What I like to do is come up here on the opacity and bring it down a little bit so we can see the original image, the Santa background in there too. Let's straighten that up and figure out the size we're going to go to. Let's say about this size. Now if you're using a similar window, it's quite easy to line this up. You need to make sure your subject's bottom is actually sitting on the windowsill here. Don't worry too much about everything else around the outside. You want that bottom on the windowsill. You don't want your subject kind of hanging over. Alternatively, you could shoot your subject standing up at the window looking up, perhaps older children. If you only have a patio, a door that goes all the way down to the floor, you have to sit your subject as close as possible to the glass for the best effect. But you can experiment and get a few shots with this one. It's a really great quick one to do with your clients, especially if you have a window or a door in your studio. If not, you could sit them on the floor with a light behind them. Just make sure it's not too bright. You want them lit from behind. You don't want the light coming at them because you want to emulate this moonlight hitting your subject. So shooting in actual daylight is the best thing to do. So I'm going to actually flip this one round to match the light a little bit more with the moon. And I'm going to pop her in, let's say about here. And now I'm going to bring that opacity back up again. And we're going to work on masking our subject in. Now you will notice this has placed it above the Place Your Subject Here. It may sometimes place it into the blank layer. Sometimes it will place it above, but the most important thing is to make sure all of these layer masks above are clipped into your subject. If they're not, let me just release them for a moment to show you. If it looks like this and you don't have the little arrows, you need to select them all, holding Shift, right click over here and choose Create a Clipping Mask, and that will just make sure all of these brush layers in a moment are only going to edit your subject. You're going to need to add a layer mask to this one. So come down here, this little box that looks like a little rectangle with a circle in, to add a white layer mask, and this is going to help you cut out your subject. If you're using Elements or an older version of Photoshop, you're going to need to cut out your subject using black and white brushes. So choose the brush. I like 100% opacity, 25% flow, but you can pop the flow up. You probably want a hard brush. And you can start painting away the background here to reveal the original. If you're using Photoshop Creative Cloud, there's a much easier and faster way of doing this. So let me show you how to do that one. You come up here to select and you choose subject. And you can see it's popped a selection marching ants around your subject. Now this is very rarely perfect. Photoshop, if it's a very clear-cut image, it's easy, but if you've got some backlight going on, if you've got any blur, anything like that, it's going to be a little bit dodgy. So again, come up to select and choose select and mask. I like to have select and mask viewed on overlay here. And let me turn up. This little one, I've just shot her so I can hear her in the background. I'm so sorry if you can hear her. She's calling for her papa. Now I'm going to grab this quick selection tool up here and just add this in. She is a noisy little girl, that one. And just to kind of get any areas that hasn't been got. And don't worry if you're over the edge a little bit. It's better to be a little bit over and mask in than to lose areas. I'm going to grab the refine edge tool here. And I'm just going to use this around the edge of the hair to pick up any stray hairs if needed. On quick selection, you've got to hold down the Alt to take away a selection and just bring this in a little bit. Just dab it around. So click means add and Alt click means take away. So I'm just going to go in there. Once you've generally got your subject as selected as best you can, this one is not selecting too well, so I'm going to go in and manually select. I'm just going to pop the radius up and the smart radius a little bit, just so Photoshop can use its smart tools, but it really does depend on the image. And hit OK. And what will happen is your marching ants have come around your image again a little bit better. So make sure you click on the layer mask here, select, inverse, and then you can hit Control or Command I to turn everything else to black. So you can see there now our subject is kind of floating. So I'm going to grab the move tool and I'm going to now reposition our subject a little bit so she looks a little bit more bedded in there. But the selection is still not great. So I'm going to go back on the layer mask, grab a brush. Remember, black means hide, so I'm going to paint away using a black brush anywhere I want to hide. And white means show. So anywhere that I need to add back in again, I'm going to use a white brush. You can switch really easily with a black and a white brush over here by clicking the little arrows to black to white, or even easier, have your hand on the X key. And you see here, pressing X, this switches to black to white. So I can quickly switch to white to show and black to hide. Depending on your image, this might be a really quick selection, or if you've used a little bit of a trickier one like me, it may be a little bit of a tougher selection. It really does depend. If you can shoot the child on less of a sunny day, I shot them on a very sunny day, then you're probably going to find your selection is a little bit easier. Remember, you need to expose for your subjects and not for outdoors, so you don't want to blow the outside out too brightly or too white. I'm just speeding up a little bit here, and you can see me just painting around with a black and a white brush to show and hide certain elements of the image. For these kind of selections, do make sure your brush is nice and hard so you're not getting a soft, fluffy kind of selection in there. Once you're happy with the selection, depending on what you've shot them on, hopefully it's something nice and smooth. I like to grab a soft brush on a low flow, perhaps, 25%, and just add a little bit of that in, and then you're going to get this kind of natural bottom to your image here. If you shot them on something shiny, you'll even get a little bit of reflection in there too. So let me just come down here. I'm just really merging and blending everything here. So now let's get on to the editing of this one to actually make this fit in nicely to the image. Just taking away any harsh lines as well that would look like a double windowsill. So remember, finger on the X, black to white, show, hide, show and hide. Now over here in your layers panel, you notice you've got all these brushes here to adapt your image that you've added in to this background. You have absolute darken, this will really blacken everything down. Very dark brush, or just darken up brush. You have a deepen shadows, dehazy, so if you've shot straight into the light and you have some haze coming in on your image, use this one. A highlight picker to brighten up any original highlights, so it looks like the moonlight is coming down onto your subject. Brighten up, a bluey brush, night shadows, desaturate and evening. So let's start at the bottom here with absolute darken. I'm going to be clicking on each of these and painting them on. Nice soft brush, 25% flow. And I'm going to come in and absolutely darken around the back here because the moonlight is coming, as you can see here, hitting our subject. So any other light spill we've got going on, I'm going to darken that down here. Very dark brush, again, you can use this to add even more darkness to your image. And darken up again, it just adds that little bit of more natural darkness. Deepen shadows, this will deepen any shadows that are already there in your image. Dehazy, I don't need to use that for this one, but if your image does have some haze on it, if it looks a bit matte, a little bit hazy, you can use this one to take away any haze down. Highlight picker, this is good for coming around this bright area here, perhaps on the face, anywhere where the natural moonlight would be hitting. And again, brighten as well. You can really brighten these areas up if needed. Now for the fun part, bluey brush. This one is going to add that blue tone to your image to really start merging that with the bluish vibe that would be coming from this nighty light. Night shadows will add some bluey darkness in. I'd avoid the face for these ones. Desaturate, I'm going to run this one. So if you've shot them on a different colour windowsill, I shot them on a brown windowsill here, I'm going to come in and just run this along, and that will merge the colours and match them up with this grey windowsill here. And evening pop, let's just pop a little bit of that on as well, it'll add that purple tone. And I'm just going to take away some of these shadows here from the original without painting my subject. The good thing about masks, rather than erasing anything, is you can actually go back and change this as needed. And take a little bit of desaturate off as well, because I don't want to desaturate the subjects, I just want to desaturate the windowsill here. You also have right down here in the orange, you have paint shadow under your subject, so you can use this to paint on any additional shadows and darkness underneath your subject if you wanted to. And there we go. You can have this whole select your subject group, Control or Command T, and this will remove the whole thing around if you wanted to adapt this even more, if you wanted to resize this, if you need to add extras in, anything like that. You can do that by altering the whole group. So there we go, let's see a before and after of popping her in there. Very, very cute. And then I've given you a few extras here. So above this you have matte finish. You can turn this on or off and it will add a matte feel to your image. And you can use a black brush to take this away if you want to. And you have a creamy wash. This will add a little different, darker, more vintage vibe there. So you can turn this one on or off if you want to. And again, you can paint this off any areas using a black brush if you don't want to have it on in everywhere over your image. And to finish up, you have string light. So you can turn these on and these will add a string light vibe to your image there, all around the edges if you wanted to frame that in a little bit more. And that's how to use the LSP Santa window scene this Christmas for your clients and for your personal images. Makes a great Christmas card, a great album cover, a great Facebook cover. This is a really, really lovely one to add in. And the editing can be, you know, very, very quick. The most time-consuming thing really is just the masking of your subject. And that really just depends on getting in there quickly and going down. But again, for me, it's only taken me not very long at all, and it was actually quite a tricky mask. I'm just going to take away that little bit of hair there. I'm just adding it in, just adding in with that white brush, and you can just go back and you can change, you know, you can turn any of these on or off. Everything is editable until you say so. So I'm going to use a black brush. I'm just going to take this off the face a little bit on some of these night shadows there. And there we go. And I'm really, really happy with that. I hope you really enjoy playing with this one. It's super fun. It's a lovely addition to your gallery. And if you're new to Photoshop, please do watch this tutorial back again if you need to. Pause it if you need to. Photoshop is a bit of a beast, but taking time to understand how layer masks and brushes work, that's all you need really, and you're away. So I hope you love it. I'm Lauren. Thanks for watching.